All right. Just gonna wait a second as folks jump on in. And so far, so good. Cool. Hey everyone, Robert Silver here, and today I just wanted to go live real quick. I have I have a few Halloween-inspired, like creative makeup photos that I'm going to be editing live via Lightroom and Photoshop. And I just want to give you a moment to just like ask me anything. If you happen to be avoiding the trick or treat madness, or you already got your candy fix, here's your time to ask me whatever you would like. We can just chat, talk about anything photography or photo editing related. Just to let you know, I do have an upcoming workshop. Let me just show you real quick that if you just go to my website, press workshop, you can see right here. Once you're on workshop, you can just scroll down a little bit and you can see a couple of events I have coming up. One is my photo hike through Palomar Trail to Alamere Falls, which is in Bolinas, California. I have that on November 6th. But also, I have a Lightroom 101 workshop. This is a perfect workshop for anyone looking to improve their knowledge on Lightroom Classic CC. Okay, so if you got it and you still have a lot to learn, this is the workshop for you. This is where you can learn the fundamentals of Adobe Lightroom Classic CC. Okay, this is November 7th, and it will be an online workshop. So again, just go to my website, click workshops, and you can find more information there on the website. So, um, with that said, let's get to Lightroom, show you a few things. Well, I already put together a couple of photos. We're going to look through those and then start editing them from the raw all the way through until I'm ready to export them. So I'm only going to choose, I think, about 2 photos to do. And I'll let you know like what gear I'm using to edit with and everything in a second, okay? So if you have any questions, feel free, again, to post them down below. Um, Let me see here. Let me just type this up real quick. Boom, bam, put that there. Okay. And of course, if you send me a little support, of course I'll make sure to answer any questions you may have. Of course, that puts it as priority. So let's get right to it. Awesome. Um, let's get to Lightroom. Boom. So here we are via Lightroom. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Awesome. So I have a few photos here, as you can tell. I think I'm going to start for sure with this one. I really dig this. Shot this a little while back, but it definitely gives me the Halloween vibe. I have this nice one. Nice beauty portrait. It's a very creative makeup, as you can see. I really dig it. Really dig the makeup on that. Look at that. It's pretty cool. And then I have this one, which I like the greens and the yellows, so I want to play something with this, perhaps. I'm more than likely going to crop it a little bit tighter. This one's kind of dark. Believe it or not, there's like a little nest the makeup artist made here, which was pretty cool. She represents like a tree in this one. And this is just another angle, but I think I'd rather this one. I don't know what it is. I don't know. This one's kind of nice. I like the way the light falls on her face here, so maybe I'll do that one. And then this one's really just like a beauty portrait, but I thought it was pretty cool and couldn't hurt to throw it in the mix. But let's start with this one here. Again, um, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, make sure that you post them down below. Right now, I'm using Lightroom Classic CC version 11, so make sure you go ahead and update to the latest version because it's got some great new additions to the tools you have. They really improved the masking tool, and it's really great, especially for landscape or on location photography for portraits. It's really cool. But I'm going to make a separate video for that. But right now, we're just going to go ahead and start the basic editing inside of Lightroom. Okay, anyway, let's get to that. Let's get to the develop module. Okay. Make that a little brighter. Crunch this out a little bit. Look at that. That's a big difference from there to there. Very cool. Now let's keep that a little bit lower. I don't want to lose the detail on the forehead here. There we go. That's cool. Very nice. I always like pressing before and after just to see how far I've gone so far. I always enjoy putting about 5 texture. Texture is great. Now for this, I usually don't bump up the clarity super high, but in this case I'm going to because it actually brings out some character in the skin. And the flaws is actually going to play to this makeup style. As you can see, like if you want to hide a little bit, you might go negative, but in this case I'm going to bump it up a bit. Cool. Yeah, nice. Let me just put it up a hair. Get that vibrance going a little bit. What I like about vibrance, if you're not sure, vibrance and saturation, vibrance is really good at boosting colors that are outside of the skin tone range, while saturation boosts the saturation in every color in the frame. So that's why you'll see it. You'll notice when people do too much very quickly with portraits because the skin starts to look super orangey and whatnot. So that's why vibrance tends to go up a lot higher, faster. Cool. Let's look at the before, after. You could already tell the grittiness is looking pretty darn cool. Alright, so that's not set in stone, but let's go ahead in the tone curve. I just want to see what that looks like, and actually looks pretty cool. Actually looks pretty cool. Nice. Definitely digging it. Do a nice little radio filter right here around the arms, around the hands and stuff, just because it's a little bright. This is what I mean by the masking tool. You could add so many more masks and kind of layer them up. I mean, you were able to before, but it's done in a more, it looks more Photoshop-y looking way. Let's lower that a bit. There we go. So now I don't lose some highlights and details in the hands. Because if it's too bright, our eyes naturally go to the brightest thing on the screen. I don't want it to be the hands. Cool. Digging that. Let's get the before, after, before, after. Very cool. Definitely digging this right about now. Here we could dial back a little bit on that. So let's just go back maybe just like 10. I don't need it to be super duper red. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's dial it back just a hair. Okay, that's cool. That's pretty cool. Now, Let's just boost it up a hair. Let's go up right there. Get a little more detail. Dope. You can see the details, like it's looking pretty darn good. Ooh, look, see the hair. Very nice. And I think I shot Nikon with this one. Oh, Tamron with my D850. Let's look at. Yeah, this is the macro lens, so this is pretty good. Put a little vignette on it. Actually, I like what it did up top here. Before, after. Yeah, so far this thing's looking pretty damn sweet. Looking pretty sweet. Let's do it plus 10. Cool. Looking pretty good. And I'm just checking real quick for any questions you folks may have. Awesome. Okay, I don't see any questions, but that's okay. Okay. So far, this is looking pretty good. Now let's go for some obvious blemish right here. I think that's pretty distracting. Cool. That's nice. Let's get this little something out the way. Just move around the photo, seeing the I'm looking for like little things that might distract me, like right here. See, this is some dirt on my sensor or something on there. There's a lot of something. I can see it. This is the time to clean it up. I mean, I could clean this up in Photoshop too, but you know, why wait till then? I can see it all here. See all this? So clean your senses, folks. If not, get really friendly with this Lightroom because it's going to be your best friend. You're going to be spending a lot of time doing exactly what I'm doing now. Cool. And for blemish removal, Q is the quick key to get to it. It's a shortcut. It's a mega shortcut. I highly recommend getting used to these shortcuts because it helps you edit so much faster when you can just click on a shortcut to get to them versus going through all the menus and drop downs and everything else. But don't worry, you don't have to take my word for it. You're going to find out for yourself soon enough. Nice. When you move is when you can see the blemishes the most. That's why I move the photo a lot, up and down, left and right. It's when I can see the photo, whether there's something to be removed or not. Like right there. Very cool. Let's remove this little thing right here. Let's remove that. Very cool. So far, so good. Now, we're going to take this, right click, go to edit, and go to Photoshop. Come on, brother. There we go. And now it's going to open up inside of Photoshop, and we're going to get down to business. But before we do that, just want to show you something real quick. Jeez, what is this thing doing here? There we go. Cool. Before we do that, I just want to share with you, since we just exported from Lightroom into Photoshop, I use the Intuit small tablet right here. I've mentioned this a few times. I still am using the first one I've ever gotten. It's probably been at least 5 years that I've had it, and it's awesome. It's a Wacom tablet. You can totally get this on Amazon. I think it's like $225 or something, but it allows you to edit with way more precision than using your mouse. So if and when possible, I highly recommend picking up the Wacom tablet, small. It fits inside of any laptop bag. You can take it anywhere, but allows you to edit using pressure points inside this pen. So it's like drawing with a pencil. And it's really, really, really good, and has taken my retouching to the next level. So definitely highly recommend picking up one of those when possible. All right, let's get back to it. Here's our photo inside of Photoshop. First thing I always do is save this as a Photoshop file. It's just what I do. And so I just go right here to Format, go to Photoshop, and save immediately. And then it's going to save a file in your Lightroom already. Here it is, Photoshop file. So I can automatically reopen this up later and mess with the layers, etc., whatever else I got going on. Okay, so here we are. I did all my basic editing, at least for now, the first step. And now let's get down to the details. So I'm going to punch in, get my little hand tool here. There we go. And now I'm really going to fine tune the blemish stuff, right? Get rid of all these little things that I just feel like are annoying. It probably doesn't annoy anybody, but I see it, and after a while, you'll edit so much, you'll see all these little things that just annoy the hell out of you, and you have to edit them out. Cool. With this photo, again, perfection. I mean, being this Halloween and you want more grit, the grit is your friend, but I just don't want like scars that are like distracting, that don't need to be distracting, if that makes any sense. After a few edits, I always press save. So like Command S for Mac, just to make sure, because sometimes things crash. It's been crashing, it annoys the hell out of me, but it's a lot less annoying as long as I save everything. Save my progress, so always save, man. You can never save too much. There we go, I'm just taking out all these little things, cleaning it up. So like this hair be gone. Cool. Let's see what's up here. So I'm just using the healing brush right now and just taking away all these things. That's all. That's all. Very cool. Let's see. So far, pretty darn cool. Pretty darn cool. Now, I'm going to do some, let's see if we could enhance the eyes a bit here. I have some actions that I have, and let's do some eye enhancement. Very cool. Just making sure I get in there and get some. Let me see what the before and after is on that one. Okay, it's a little bit. It's a little bit. Let me see if I paint over here a little bit. Ooh, Jesus, no. Whoops. Nice. Let me see if I just do this. I'm curious. Cool. Jeez, it takes a minute. Ah, jeez. I'm not sure what time it is for you, but I've been working all day and talking all day, and shit, I'm a little tired. Okay, here we go. Here, I always like to bring the flow a little low so it doesn't go overboard, because a dab will do. Let's punch in a little bit closer. Cool. Let me just see. I don't know. Now, let me pull away. I'm not sure if I'm going to like this. I already have a feeling I'm not going to like it, but if not, I'll... There's something about it I don't like. I'm not sure. I can't put my... I like this grit. I'm trying to see... Oh, that's what I want. Good old classic dodging and burning. That's what I like. I can see some areas right here. See right here? I just want to even out the skin tone a little bit. See the difference? And that helps actually if you have like imperfections or wrinkles in the skin. This technique using dodging and burning really helps to alleviate those wrinkles without taking away the texture of the skin. That's why, like, if you want to get serious with retouching, dodging and burning is mandatory of a technique for you to get to know. Cool. Again, as I'm editing, you can feel free to ask me anything. You could post your questions, comments, whatever. Right now, I'm just going over. I'm using. Let me turn up this flow just a hair. Let me save my progress before something happens. Now, let me pull away and then look at the before, after. Yeah, much better. Let me see that again. Okay. I'm noticing something right here. Very cool. Definitely not complaining. Now I'm looking for like other areas that. I'm gonna bring this down to 10. Very cool. Nice. Save that. Awesome. Look at that. Dodging and burning did all that. That's actually pretty awesome. Let me just fix this. Very nice. Looking everywhere else. add some dimension. Adding shadow just helps you to add like dimension to them. That's what I want to do here with these fingers. Again, I didn't want his hand to be brighter, like super bright, because then it becomes more distracting. There you go. Look at that. 1, 2. Big difference. Big difference. Just a little bit here in the hair. I'll take this. And I'm just touching where the highlights are, really. See? Just the highlights. Just the highlights. And now I'm just touching where it's darker. And now I'm just going over where the makeup dark area, just to accentuate the darkness. There we go. Let's just save that before something happens. And then you can see right here, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's actually looking pretty darn sweet. Touching here a little bit. Looking pretty darn sweet. Okay, now from here, I'm going to merge these layers. Then I'm going to go to frequency separation. This is such a good, well, not only blemish removal, but skin retouching technique, which I just started to really get into this year, or at least during COVID, because I had the time to really concentrate to practice this technique. But once I got it down, I saved the action so I could quickly get to it. But boy, do I love using it. But I never use it the same way I do for every portrait, because some of it doesn't require this. They all don't require the same amount applied, if that makes any sense. And yeah, I'm not sure what kind of portraits you do, but you definitely don't need to apply the same amount. I'm avoiding the detail or like smoothing out over the leaf here. I just want the skin to be a little bit cleaner. But I'm not going over like nostril area. I want it to still have that detail. Take a look. Whoops. Whoop. Look at that already. Look at that already. Crazy. That looks good. And every chance I get, I am saving. Because, again, I've had it happen. It crashes. And that fucking sucks. Now I'm going to do the chin. When I'm applying the blur, I can adjust how much I want. and I'm just doing pretty light. Anywhere between like 5 to 25 is pretty good. So 10 is what I'm applying for these, for this photo. Sugar honey iced tea. Don't like that. Go. Boom. See, it just cleans it up. Now, let's clean up these hands so they're not too damn distracting on me. Oh my goodness gracious. This thing's moving slow. There's such a delay with my pad and Photoshop. Look what it's doing. I'm not even touching Photoshop right now. It's just moving by itself. Okay, let's get away from that. I didn't even want it to be that big. There we go. There we go. Cool. That's it. Boom. Looking pretty smooth. Now this layer is for texture, so I'm going to go in and adjust the texture of it. Like there are some things I do want to move. I could see it right here. So I'm going to use the stamp tool and just move, adjust that, get the wrinkled forehead out the way. This one right here. Very nice. Right there. Maybe right there. So I'm just doing some final, like, I can say detailed touches of the blemish removal, basically. But I'm removing it with texture. And there we go. I'm not mushing around pixels. I'm actually taking texture from one area and applying it to the other. It keeps the skin looking real. See, you still see texture. Awesome. Save. Now let's look at the big picture. Boom. It's looking pretty good. Let's take that out the way. It's a bit distracting. Cool. Now once it's done, we'll take a look at the Lightroom version. Cool. So here's the before. This is the after. And here we go. This is the before, after. Before, after. So what we could do is, because I do like some of the grit, I want it to be totally perfect. Let's go back to Photoshop. And we're gonna load. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take 1 and 2. We're gonna have 1, and then we're gonna do this to 50% applied. There we go. We still maintain some grit. Save that. And now we'll take a look. Once it's saved, it'll update the snapshot image of the Photoshop file into Lightroom. There we go. Come on, you can do it. There we go. So let's go back. Before, after. Yeah, cool. Before, after. Much, much, much better. I like that. Export it. And let's just put it on my desktop for now. Okay. Boom, bada bang. And there we go. Okay. Pretty cool. At least I think so, you know. But the first person I need to approve my work with is myself. So anywho. So with that said, that was just one photo. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, post them down below. I would do more photos, but I don't want this video to go on forever. I feel like just doing one photo should be fine enough. I'll do another beauty portrait within the next couple of days, as soon as I can log back on and go live and have some time. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. I do have my upcoming Lightroom 101 tutorial online workshop coming up on November 7th. The link is down below for more details and information on how you can join us on that online workshop. Get your questions together. Just make sure that you update your laptop or PC or your Mac or whatever to the latest version of Lightroom, which is version 11 right now. Lightroom Classic CC version 11. So make sure you go to Creative Cloud, update it, and then sign up for the workshop and get your questions together so that you can ask me then. It will be a 3-hour online workshop, so make sure you get your cookies, your snacks, your whatever you need so that you don't miss a thing while you're with me on my workshop. So of course, if you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more, don't forget to press that like, share, subscribe, and of course subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification icon so that you can get notified of upcoming videos. I'm Robert Silver, and until next time, keep shooting and stay creative. See you next time.